Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the brand new Wild Gem exchange cards as well as packs, and talking about whether the packs are worth opening. No. And if any of the exchange players are worth getting, which the answer to that might actually be a yes. But we'll talk about those players here in just a second. Before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it and let's take a look at these exchange cards. Actually, we'll start with the packs. We should cover the packs real quickly, just spend a minute or two here and talk about these odds, which unfortunately have not changed at all. Very disappointingly, 2% diamond and 5% amethyst still. Really only a 3% chance at an amethyst, a 1.9-ish%, maybe a 1.99% chance at a diamond, and a 0.01 or 0.1 or something. Very small percent chance at a pink diamond, obviously. Odds haven't changed at all. Really disappointing. It's one of the biggest areas that I think 2K needs to improve upon. Also, why are they still marketing Shawn Kemp and Victor Wembanyama as the only available Wild Gem cards? Stop doing this mismarketing BS. I don't know what they're thinking, to be totally honest with this, but this is false advertising is what this is. This is false advertising. These are not the only available Wild Gem cards. Put all the pink diamonds on here. You know what I mean? They're special insert Shawn Kemp and Wemby. These are not the only pink diamonds you can pull. There's 40 other pink diamonds. You know what I'm saying? It's exasperating to me that that's how this is working, and it's intended to make people think, oh, the only pink diamonds I can pull are those two guys, when obviously that isn't the case. I would not open these packs still. I do not think that the pack odds are good enough. Now, I will say one thing, and I know this isn't the most perfect thing to say, but I'm very much players over profits. 100%. I do think that people are going to make a lot of MT from opening these packs. I will acknowledge that. It is worth pointing that out. Wild Gem rubies are expensive right now. You know what I mean? Wild Gem golds are expensive because of the exchanges they dropped this week. Like, in general, I do think these people are going to make a good amount of MT off of these packs. But that being said, still, even if these packs are better than general for making MT, it's like you're still not getting close to what you need for spending your money to get truly top tier cards you might actually want. And again, those top tier cards don't even exist on the auction house. Don't give this company money. Don't spend money on this. We're players over profits. Let's stick with it. Let's be consistent. I think real actual change will come from them. We're already seeing stuff like moments cards and stuff that 2K is giving us more consistently. Let's keep it going. Hopefully things will continue to improve and change. That is absolutely my hope, at least. That being said, we can talk about the exchange cards as well. Obviously, Penny Hardaway, Alperen Sengun, and Ben Mathurin are the new exchange players for today. And to be completely honest, Sengun and Mathurin, I don't know what requires 78 overall lineup means. I really don't know. But all you need for Mathurin is 13 Wild Gem golds players, golds or higher. Like, that's pretty dang easy to get, to be totally honest. Now, again, Wild Gem golds are expensive right now on the auction house because of how required they are for both Mathurin and Sengun, who we'll look at here in just a second. I think I guess 2,500 right now is what they're going for. I mean, you can easily snipe a lot of golds. That's what I will say. There's going to be a lot of them being put up, even with less people opening packs. There are certainly still enough people opening packs where there'll be a lot of them being put up. So even if they're going for kind of a high amount, you will definitely be able to see all those lower ones just got bought. But you'll be able to snipe them for 2,000, 2,500 for sure, I would think. Which means Ben Mathurin's like 30K. You know what I mean? 20K. That's not bad at all. What does it mean you require a 78 overall lineup? I really don't know. Maybe the golds need to be at least 78 overall combined in total. Is that what they're saying? I honestly don't know. If somebody does this exchange, let me know what that means. My thought is that might mean you need to, in terms of the average overall of the cards you put in, be 78 overall. I don't know. But that's my initial thought, at least. So, I mean, not super expensive, though, at all to get Ben Mathurin. Definitely does drive up the price of the golds a bit, but still a card who I think can be attained really, really cheaply. And Alperen Sengun is shockingly cheap as well for a diamond. This card is really, really good for how cheap he is. 10 golds in addition to 1 emerald, 1 sapphire, 1 ruby, and 1 amethyst. That's it. No positional requirements or anything like that. Like, that's pretty good for this card. He's legitimately solid, I think, and I think I'm gonna add him on my Pro Money Spent account. Now I have 840K right now. I don't actually have that. I'll have more MT than that. I bought a bunch of cards hoping that Penny Hardaway was going to wind up being a cheaper exchange than he actually wound up being. So that's kind of my bad. I'm selling some stuff back, and I'll probably add Sengun as well. But I'll have more MT than that. I'll have over $1 mil. But I am still, this Penny Hardaway card, I wish he was more attainable than he is. To be completely honest, he is basically completely unattainable. And honestly, I don't know if he's better. His stats and badges are great. I'm not sure if he's really overall better than Devin Booker or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or guys like that. He's certainly not probably worth at this point in the game locking in what is going to cost a few million MT. All these individual Wild Gem cards are going to be a lot more expensive now. Derrick Rose, Elliott Perry, Andre Turner, Precious Achiuwa, James Wiseman, Jalen Duren. You need 3 random Sapphires or higher, 3 random Rubies or higher, Amethyst Rich Jones in addition to 2 other Amethysts, and then Diamond Tyreek Evans, who's going to be like a million MT now, 2 more Wild Gem Diamonds, which isn't that expensive, but still, and then a Wild Gem Pink Diamond Point Guard 2, which is over a million MT just by itself. So what you're looking at is, and also Wild Gem Pink Diamonds are so rare on the auction house, good luck. The Wild Gem Point Guard Pink Diamonds are going to be like, how many of these guys are point guard eligible? Okay, there's 2 of them right now on the auction house, Joe Dumars and Dave Bing. They're going to be a million MT. You know what I mean? Like, realistically, this card's going to cost 2 million plus MT to lock in at a minimum. That's a minimum. I would think he could easily wind up being closer to 3. Or at least 2.5. It's going to be an expensive lock-in. I do not think that he is worth locking in that much MT for. You don't get the MT back. As good of a card as he is, if you have the MT, I wouldn't recommend locking in for it. I certainly wouldn't recommend spending money on the game, on packs, to get stuff for penny. He is not a game-changing card. I think he's good, no doubt about it, but he's not a card that I think you must have. I'm not going to do a gameplay on him personally, simply because I don't think that's helpful. You know what I mean? I didn't do a gameplay on Jokic last week. I didn't do a gameplay on Wemby last week. Didn't do a gameplay on KD and Harden this past week. And trust me, I'd love to do those gameplays. People watch them. It'd be good for my views. But players are profits. My profit, I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of as well, to be totally honest. You know what I mean? Not make those gameplays if it makes it easier for people to not get these cards. So y'all won't see a Penny gameplay on my page. Y'all won't see a Sean Kemp gameplay on my page or anything like that today. Because I just don't think it's particularly helpful. You know what I mean? I don't think that Penny is a card that's worth locking in, just like I don't think Jokic was. But I like that Şengün and Mathurin are cheap. I think that is a huge W. I do wish there was an attainable Pink Diamond the same way that there was one last week with Desmond Bane. A little bit disappointing there to see that not be something that continued. But I do like that Şengün and Mathurin are even easier to get than Ayton and Cam Johnson were last week in terms of cost. So that is a W. I find it interesting that they completely changed the exchanges for both the Amethysts and the Diamonds as well. It makes me think they're going to be changing the exchanges and what are required in them on a week-to-week basis to make it a little bit harder for people to predict and make MT off of investments and stuff in the auction house. But definitely interesting. And Şengün is a card that I'll probably be adding to my Pro Mini Spent team, I do believe, because for how easy he is to get, it's pretty simple, honestly. So, look, I like this overall a little bit content-wise. I don't like Penny being unattainable. I don't like Sean Kemp being inserted to packs and not being available and then mismarketing him and Wemby as being the only cards available. I don't like a lot of it. There are still a lot of areas I think the game needs to improve players or profits-wise, but there are certain things like these attainable exchanges and the moments cards they've been dropping and stuff that I will actually say are pretty decent. I just need more of that. You know what I mean? And boost them pack odds up a little bit. Make mode rewards better next season. Those 2 things, they make pack odds better and boost mode rewards. So many more people are going to be so much happier with this game mode. Even literally just mode rewards. If there had been better mode rewards in season 2, I'm not sure this uproar would have ever happened. Literally, with all the other stupid stuff they did, I'm not sure this movement would have ever really gotten fully started like this if they had just dropped good mode rewards this season. It's interesting to see how 2K, I think, kind of is shooting themselves in the foot at times a little bit. But hey, I think we can create change, man. I do. And so I encourage people to continue to not open packs, interact with the attainable free whatever content. I support it, and hopefully things will continue to get better. And when they do, people, I mean, at the end of the day, I got no problem people doing what they want with their money. You know what I'm saying? But and if it's a good game, I think it's a lot more logical to be willing to support it financially. It's a hobby after all. But as of right now, I still encourage people to not. That being said, I'm done yapping. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. And I hope y'all enjoy these cards if you pick them up today, Şengün and Mathurin. If you did enjoy, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.